I never expected to leave Twitch, and this is not the update I expected to give. There will be a more positive update video in January still, but this was way too important to lump into that one. I have been on the fence about leaving Twitch since TwitchCon 2022, with that incident back in September-October time, due to all the issues that stemmed from that. But there are other factors and red flags, both big and small, that made me finally take the jump and leave. I did a lot of research to ensure that my reasoning was clear, and I'll link sources in the description to back up as many facts as I can, but there are also personal reasons for my choice. The end of the video will also go into what's next for me, streaming and my move to YouTube. With all that out of the way, I'm going to go into detail on the events at Twitch that determined this decision. Now, like I mentioned before, TwitchCon is part of the reason I started thinking about leaving. Disclaimer that I didn't actually go to TwitchCon, but was extremely uncomfortable and disgusted at everything that happened there. For those unaware of the hell that was TwitchCon 2022, various stories popped up on Twitter about it during and after the event. The biggest one was the ball pit incident, where one streamer broke her back in multiple places due to the foam pit not being deep enough. However, there were many other issues, like wheelchair users getting trampled by crowds, Twitch getting streamers' pronouns wrong or outright removing some of them, outright misgendering them, plus people got timed out in stream comments for bringing it up to get the issue fixed. Security was trying to remove a working service dog off someone, and disabled people just genuinely being met with rude security when they were just trying to deal with their health issues. The frustrating part is that Twitch did nothing that I know of to even try and resolve this. Not that those things can just be undid anyway, but the fact that Twitch didn't even acknowledge it, that I know of, is really tragic and sad. There are a lot more issues, but I'll just link a few articles and Twitter threads below. But besides the extreme crowding, a lot of the issues either stemmed from a lack of accessibility or homophobia and transphobia. That'll be important for later. After TwitchCon was when I really started to think about Twitch as a platform and whether I'd stay on it or not. I'd look at how others were going about it for inspiration, I would write down the pros and cons of staying or going and looking for Twitch alternatives, since YouTube wasn't quite there until recently. The pros and cons were evenly matched at this point, minus a few pros of being more serious than the cons. I even took other past events into consideration, like the huge data breach from October 2021 and when Twitter fired one of the only people on the staff team that are really fighting for accessibility back in October 2020. But the one thing I knew I wanted to do before making a final decision, for sure, was to finish Final Fantasy VI on my Twitch. I started my adventure there and was so close to ending it there too. I'm really happy to have the conclusion of that game be the conclusion to my Twitch streams. But even after I finished the game, I went a month without streaming and still kept thinking about the decision, since I was still on the fence, at least until recently. So in December 2022, Twitch released a new fundraising feature. That in itself sounds really cool. However, they had hate groups listed as charities on there, like Autism Speaks and the LGB Alliance. During the creation of the video, they removed the LGB Alliance from the list, but kept Autism Speaks up. Which makes me question Twitch's morals even more, since they now know what they did, but didn't correct it correctly. I personally think it's a form of active endorsement, as Autism Speaks violates Twitch's off-service policies, yet Twitch didn't remove them. So they are refusing to remove a hate group that have literally threatened autistic people with harm and even death. I'm not joking, I'll link the evidence in the description as well. Now, I don't talk about my personal life much online, especially on YouTube. And when I do, it's often linked to gaming, like with when I'm advocating for accessibility in video games, or with a small comment if it's relevant to the topic. Opening up about my health is honestly quite awkward for me. But I'll say it right now, I'm autistic. Hell, I've got multiple disabilities, and the way Twitch has been treating disabled and particularly autistic people for the last few years has been absolutely disgusting. They claim to care, then pull crap like this. The same with people in the LGBTQ+ community. A lot of my friends and others I know are in that community, and clearly Twitch doesn't care about them at all. Sure, they took the LGB Alliance off the list, but someone should have done the research so it wasn't added to that list in the first place. It's honestly disgraceful that it was there. So with all that in mind, I'm jumping ship from Twitch and encouraging as many others as possible to do the same. I'm keeping the account just so the username doesn't get stolen and I can keep my clips and highlights, but I'm highly encouraging everyone who is currently subscribed to me on Twitch to unsubscribe right now. Roughly 20 to 30% of that money goes to Twitch, and I don't want to be linked to the problem. I'll be moving my streams to YouTube from now on. I'm really thankful I can just do this and not lose out on too many things. The only things I have to worry about with this move is having to figure out how streaming on YouTube actually works, and losing Twitch affiliate. But to be quite honest, I'm honestly not fussed about the latter. I do it for fun after all, and I stream more spontaneously over the last year anyway. So it's not like I have a set schedule on Twitch. But I do feel really bad for those who either have a full-time career on Twitch and are stuck there, or those who were so close to affiliate or partner and might have to start over on another site, especially if they're part of the groups Twitch clearly doesn't care about. With all that Twitch crap in mind, now it's time to talk about YouTube streaming. Like before, my streams will be on the whenever I want basis. They also won't be as seamless as I'm so used to Twitch and not yet used to YouTube streaming, but we'll get there, and I'm really excited for my YouTube audience to hear more of my voice. I will be using this as a clean restart for streaming though, so I won't be bringing emotes over, and I can't bring channel point incentives anyway. Plus, the only VODs I kept were of my Final Fantasy VI streams for the memories. Those will take forever to post, since a lot of them are 6 to 8 hours long. So that's not happening unless I find some time to either make them episodic, or I live somewhere where it won't take me 3 days to upload a long video. I'll let you all know on the community tab, Discord and Twitter when my first YouTube stream will be. If you watched this whole video, thank you so much, and sorry that the video is so negative. It was all stuff that had to be said, both because it's a massive issue that not enough people were talking about, and since it will change my content. Also, I really appreciate everyone who has watched my Twitch content over the last 3 years and stuck with me until the end. It really sucks that Twitch did this, but leaving will be an interesting next chapter. So, see you all next time. Bye.